I actually haven't moved a muscle.
Yippee!
Oh, we know that music, Ken.
We're away.
That music that makes people hit themselves in the temple to see if it lowers the volume. It doesn't.
No, that's right. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. Good evening.
Depending on what time you're listening
That's
to
right,
it around
exactly
the world.
right.
We're global, you know.
They are.
Yeah.
What time would it be in Czechoslovakia right now?
Right now, Czechoslovakia is 8 hours behind us. So that would make it, that's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, well, it's possible. You could come home from a rave
Yep.
in Czechoslovakia.
Yep. Oh, I knew a Czechoslovakian guy. I met him up in Darwin.
Yes.
And we went walking through the mangroves on a hike.
Yes.
And a crocodile ate him.
Oh.
And then when I ran and got the police, you see, and when I came back, there were 2 crocodiles there. And one was a girl and one was a boy. And they said, how do we know which one? I said, the check's in the mail. Worst joke ever. Who are we doing today, Kenneth?
That's the best joke ever.
Never. Worst joke.
We're doing Elton John. Wouldn't be the
Goodbye.
first. Wouldn't be the first.
Yellow Brick Road. No, that's true.
And the movie, I'm thinking, is Jojo Rabbit. Do you know Jojo Rabbit?
No,
the
I
movie?
haven't seen it.
No, but it's
Something
current.
about Hitler.
Yeah.
And no one's ever called Hitler anymore. Oh, unless their
Well,
name's
their
Hitler.
surnames
But no,
are-
there's no Adolfs anymore.
No Adolf.
You don't see a lot of Adolfs.
No, imagine if your name was Adolf and that's all you could grow. Like, I can't grow much. You know that.
I didn't know that.
I shave once a week.
Do you really?
Yeah.
You're not hirsute.
No, I used to shave once a month.
I have to manscape. I went to Terence Marini.
Did you lay
I said,
on your back?
yeah, I lay on my back, legs in the air. I said, just take some off the front and the sides. Leave the back. I had to pay $400 and therapy.
Speaking of paying $400,
Yeah?
I have now taken to hire a joke writer.
Really? Oh, my God.
And this is the first joke he's written for me.
Go for it.
What has 2 wings and an arrow?
Technically, a riddle.
All right, it's a riddle. What has 2 wings and an arrow?
Cupid.
No, a Chinese telephone. Wing, wing, arrow.
You got a big laugh from you. You are your own best audience. You should buy tickets to see yourself.
Did you like that?
Loved it.
All right.
I'm going to write it down now in something that's not waterproof and then go walk in the rain. And if that doesn't work, I get a scrubbing brush and scrub it out of my brain. So who are we doing today, Kenny?
We're doing Elton John.
Oh, who hasn't?
Exactly right.
Yes.
So, do you know anything about Elton John?
I know a lot about Elton John. Some of it might be right.
All right. Well,
That won't fit in.
that won't work.
No.
No. I'll
Hit me, baby.
I'll edit it out. All right, Elton John, you
Yes.
know.
Reginald Dwight.
Reginald, well, there you go. That's all I had.
So you got nothing. I got nothing.
He was gay. How
Not
about
as
that?
such.
He's not gay.
It's a bit gay. He got married to a woman.
Yeah.
And then he got that didn't work out so well.
Why? What happened there?
Well, they were fighting over the wardrobe.
The makeup.
Yes. No. Look, I got to tell you, I'm a huge fan of Elton John. He had a very big impact on my career.
Why?
Well, I modelled a lot of my songwriting on him. He's very musical. Like me, he has perfect pitch.
Yes.
And we very similar sort of path as far as music lessons and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, he took his name from 2 of his friends. You know that?
No, but they must have been very angry because people, when those friends would turn up to a nightclub, have you got any ID? They'd go, I did, but I gave it to this dude.
Sorry, buddy, we're not letting you. You are not Elton John. Sorry.
No, I'm not. I'm Elton. My friend here is John. And behind us, wait for it, Elton John.
Oh.
No.
I thought Fatso McGee might have been in.
No, he's not there.
Not here?
No.
Did you know Elton John taught himself to play the piano at the age of 3?
The age of 3. You know what I taught myself to do at the age of 3?
What?
Wipe my ass. He was a little bit further in front.
Well, good point. Good
What?
segue.
Like it?
His mother used to hit him with a wire brush if he wouldn't go and sit on the toilet. With a wire brush.
Which side of the wire brush?
The pointy side. The hard
The
pointy
wire
side.
part.
Yeah.
Who hits that? No.
No, that's true.
If she should, you know what she should have used?
What?
A hammer. There's no coming back from that. You screw up, bang, hammer time. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, you wouldn't poo yourself then.
What?
Whenever he didn't go on the toilet,
Yes.
she hit him with the
Oh, did you say poo yourself? I thought you said something else.
Oh,
He's
poo
wanking
yourself.
again. Wire brush time. And that's how that came. That's how that whole S&M thing came about. Yeah. Anyway, move on. All right.
What an amazing fact. He couldn't stop producing hits.
Similar to your career. You couldn't start.
That's just one word.
Yes.
Now,
But
Elton
apart
John,
from that, exactly the same. The only difference was the one word. Freaky.
all right. Now, did you know that John Lennon appeared on stage with Elton John? And do you know the reason why?
Tell me, Ken.
Well, what happened was Elton John played piano on Whatever Gets You Through the Night. And Elton John said to him, that's a number one hit.
Really?
Yeah. And John Lennon said, no, it isn't. Pessimistic. You'd think he'd want it to be a number one. He said, no.
You know who was whispering in his ear?
Who?
Yoko Ono.
That's
Yeah.
right. Oh, no.
No, you don't know. Don't listen to that man.
Too commercial.
He's short, he's fat, he's English.
That's right. He's true. Anyhow, so he said, if it goes number one, I'll come on stage with you, Elton. Now, John Lennon hadn't been on stage for years. So,
When was this?
well, it's
Okay, forget it. Move on. Let's not get bogged.
before 1980, we know that.
Yeah, well, 81.
Yeah. 76, 78. And then what happened was,
Yeah.
it went number one,
Yeah.
and John Lennon came on stage with Elton John. The place went mental at Madison Square Gardens.
Really?
And John Lennon threw up before he went on
Yeah.
because he was so nervous.
All over Elton. And everyone said, new costume.
the vomit.
Yeah.
The vomit
I've
show.
never seen anyone wearing a carrot shirt. They said. It was a hit.
So that was the big thing. And then he sang I Saw Her Standing There
Yes.
and Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
Yes.
Which Elton John... he should have married John Lennon. Could have been Elton John Lennon. Much easier
you
for
know,
me.
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, right?
Yeah.
Great song.
Yeah.
Okay. So John Lennon and Paul McCartney sitting together at a table, right? And John Lennon goes, all right, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. And Paul McCartney goes, no, Colonel Mustard in the kitchen with the dagger. You are the worst Cluedo player ever.
Elton John owns 1,000 pairs of glasses. What about that?
It's a lot. For 2 eyes. That's 500 pairs per eye.
No wonder he can see so well.
That's a lot.
All right. Now, we know he's Reginald Wright. We know that.
Do. Yeah.
Do you know that his middle name is Hercules? Do you know
Yes,
that?
I did. Yeah, Cat Called Hercules is a track on Honky Cat.
That's right. He chose Hercules not for the hero of
No.
mythology, but after the horse named Hercules
Yes.
in
Grey National?
Steptoe and Son.
Oh, sorry, close.
Close, so close. Yeah.
I love Steptoe and Son.
Ah, so did
Damn,
I.
that was a great show.
That was a good show. What do you say?
I didn't say anything.
No. What did he say?
Who?
What was his name?
Arthur. No, that was the other guy.
No.
Oh, some lovely filth down there.
Son.
No, that's the other guy. Yeah, his name was Son.
He didn't go, son.
No, he named him, right,
And we can't think of the name.
after the giant heat-producing thing in the
Harold!
sky. Harold, very good.
That's right.
Okay.
And the old bloke, Steptoe.
Get on with Elton.
Not the first time I've been asked. All right.
You're well hung. You would not be popular in the gay community.
Don't they like this sort of thing?
I don't think so. I don't know. Would you? I don't want to move. All right. Sorry. Where do we get there? Okay, go.
You're getting into uncharted territory here. All right. Right. Now, who are we talking about? Elton John. Do you know that he wrote The Lion King? How about that?
Yeah, I knew that. He also wrote Billy Elliot. He's written lots of things. Yeah.
What else did he make?
What else did he make?
What else did
He
he
made
write?
a lovely shoebox
What else did
in which he kept snails and some leaves.
Aida.
Aida.
Yeah.
He did not.
He did.
He didn't write the opera.
He didn't write the opera. He wrote the update.
The opera update. There's too many vowels in that.
That's true.
Yeah. No, Aida's quite an old opera. Yeah, anyway. All right.
No, the modern version of Aida
Okay.
is written by Elton John and Tim Rice.
Tim Rice, eh?
Sir Tim Rice.
Yes. Also known as Special Fried. Yep.
Yes. All right. Now, what about Candle in the Wind? What about it?
What about Candle in the Wind? Okay. It is the third track on Yellow Brick Road. He updated it. Originally, it was about Marilyn Monroe or Norma Jean. Yep. And then he updated it for when Princess Diana had a traffic mishap.
True.
Yes.
Very hard to get the lyrics to Candle in the Wind
Why?
because the new one comes up.
Buy the
Princess-
album. They're written on the album cover.
Are they?
Yeah. Or do you want to know them? I can tell you now.
Come on.
Goodbye, Norma Jean. Though I never knew you at all, you had the grace to hold yourself when those around you crawled. You crawled out of the woodwork, and they whispered into your brain. They set you on a treadmill, and they made you change your name. And it seemed to me,
Yeah.
you live your life like a candle in the wind. Now, that's just ridiculous. Ever tried to light a candle in the wind?
That's
you
right.
need a lot of matches. And there's only 22 matches in an AFL season, and she didn't even barrack for Richmond.
And do you know?
What?
You know?
Don't go. Yeah. Talk, Ken.
MacArthur's Park,
Yes.
written by Jimmy Webb,
Yes, but sung by...
Richard Harris. But you would think.
Did you see him in The Snow Goose?
No.
Yes, he was in a movie called The Snow Goose.
What did he
Richard
play?
Harris. He did not play the goose or the gander. No, he was the dude, and there was a great outtake where he has to say goodbye to a beautiful little girl. It's his the love of his life, and he pushes her away in this boat, and it's supposed to drift out into the lake and get caught in the current and piss off down the stream, right?
Yeah.
And it's a very famous outtake. It's this beautiful emotional scene, and it ends with him just pushing her off the shore in the boat, and then the boat just came straight back into the shore. And they had to do the whole scene again.
Where did you see that?
In, famous Hollywood outtakes, one of those sort of
what a great
shows.
show that
I like
was.
those shows.
Yeah. Did you know that when they did,
Bloopers. They were called bloopers.
they were
Yeah.
America's Funniest Bloopers.
Yeah.
Big hit.
Those sort of things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember the movie?
And he came out here and did Camelot.
He did it. He did do it a lot.
And he did it with Marina Pryor.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Well, he didn't do it with I don't know. But she was in it and she met Richard Harris. But anyway, he came out and it was at the Palais.
He's a lovely man.
You don't know him.
Drunk, alcoholic.
Nothing wrong with that. I like to drink.
Yes, you do. No,
Well, don't judge me.
you know, you know.
I don't talk about your heroin thing. Just keep
I
it.
can't say it.
No, you can't say it.
Give me some heroin.
Yeah, no, that's why you never became a drug dealer or a drug user. You stood on the corner with bags of that shit and used to come back to your boss and go, I sold nothing. And they're like, why not? Oh, you want to buy some heroin?
What about
You go,
Camelot? Not Camelot. The other
oh,
one.
the porno, Camelot. Yes,
The movie. Was that you?
not me.
The movie
Stay still. Yes. Stop that. Yes.
Lawrence of Arabia.
Yes. And the porno, Florence and Arabia.
Lawrence of Arabia, filmed for the big screen.
Yes. 70mm.
Yeah.
And if you saw it on a smaller screen,
Yes.
recorded in Inovascope,
No. What happened was
Inglorious Anavisio.
when him and the backgammon
Harris.
player. What's his name? The other guy.
The backgammon player.
Yeah, he's famous for backgammon.
Who is
The
famous?
Moustache.
Omar Sharif.
Omar Sharif.
Lawrence Arabia. You might not know this, Ken. Here's an insight. It's my favourite movie.
Is it really?
Yes, it really is.
In the days when they used to put an intermission in the
Yes,
middle.
they did.
They had one for Dr. Dolittle, my favourite movie, with Rex Harrison. But we digress. The
What a surprise.
the camels,
Yes.
right? They're on the camels. Lawrence
Push me,
Arabia.
pull you.
Yeah, that's right. Lawrence Arabia is on the left
Yes.
on his camel.
Yes.
Omar Sharif is on the right on his
Yes.
camel. Now on the screen,
Yes.
you see them. They're talking to each
That's
other.
right.
On TV,
Nope. Gone.
you don't see the men, you just see the camels. And because camels move their mouths a
Yes,
lot,
they do.
it looks like the camels are talking to each other.
Yeah.
We laugh.
Yeah. You know, I'll tell you a funny story about that. When they were training the camels, right? What's his name? The guy who played Lawrence of Arabia.
Richard Harris?
No, it wasn't Richard Harris. He didn't play Lawrence of Arabia. It was...
Peter O'Toole.
Thank
Peter
you so
O'Toole.
much.
Sorry.
He had to go to the Foreign Legion to learn about camels and everything.
Yes.
And they stuck him there for a month, right? And Richard Harris is a bit of a womanizer.
And a drinker.
And a drinker and a womanizer. A drinkanizer, as they called.
That's right.
Right? And after about a week, he's like, I sure could use a chick. And they're like, don't worry about it. In a couple of weeks, the camels come. And he said, what? And he said, yeah, it'll be cool. A couple of weeks, the camels come. And he said, oh, fantastic. Okay. And he didn't know what they meant, right? And another week later, he said, man, I've got to get myself a lady. This is real hard. And the guy goes, don't worry. In 1 more week, the camels come, right? And he goes, oh, dude, this is crazy. And anyway, a week later, everybody's excited. The camels are coming. The camels are coming. And they're all running up the hill towards the camels as the camels are coming down towards the thing. And the guy goes, I can't do it with a camel. And he said, no, you'll be fine. It's similar. And he said, but why is everyone running? He said, you don't want to get an ugly one. There's actually a completely different end to that joke, but I won't do it.
I like
anyway, yeah, okay, cool. All right, so first album called, believe it or not,
Elton John.
Yes, it was.
One of my favourite albums of all time. That is fantastic.
How good's Border Song on it?
It's great.
Wonderful
How about...
song. And your song? And 60
I
years
didn't
on?
write any songs.
60 years on? No.
Yeah. Paul Buckmaster, the composer of the orchestration.
Yes.
Oh, unbelievable.
Particularly well exemplified in 60 Years On. If you get a chance, have a listen to it. Amazing track.
Oh, yeah. Is that the one where he sings a song about his newly born brother?
Yes, it's called The Greatest Discovery.
That's right. Written by Bernie Taupin.
Well,
Elton didn't have a newly born brother.
No, he didn't.
Elton used to get hit when he went to the toilet by a wire brush. Did I mention that?
We did cover that, but we can go back to it if you like.
I kind of run
For
out
all
of,
you people with dementia.
I kind of run out of things. Hang on.
I love working...
I told you I've met Elton John. I've already done that. I told you I rang his...
You didn't tell me.
I didn't tell you I met Elton John?
No.
At Countdown.
I met you, so I almost met Elton John.
That's right. But you're 6 degrees of bacon. Elton John was at Countdown.
Yeah.
At a bad stage in his career.
You know bacon is the worst way to cook bacon?
Very
It's
good.
weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Bacon, hate.
Fakin. Yeah.
And frickin'.
Frickin'.
Now, what do you call it? Different.
Frickin', yeah.
No, not frickin'.
No, trickin'.
Trickin', that's it.
Trickin' is soy chicken.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, hang on.
You know what they
Did
should
you hear
call
that?
it? Massive disappointment. But it wouldn't fit on the packet. So they had Civ Disappoint and nobody bought it.
Can you hear that sound? It's 1,000 people turning off the podcast.
Why?
Because they're saying, will you please tell us something we don't know?
Yes.
All right. Elton John, Countdown. I met him.
You met him?
Yeah. Bad part of his career going. He did Johnny Be Good as a disco song.
Yep.
And he got up on stage and they had all the girl dancers doing the countdown dancing thing. And he wouldn't do it. He refused. He walked off. He said, I'm not doing the show. And then all you saw was Elton run across, then Molly run across, and then Elton's gay manager, John Reed, run across.
Doesn't matter that he's gay.
No,
Why do you have to say that?
It's like a gay parade. I thought I'd add him in.
A gay parade?
Yeah, and he had a walking stick with a big diamond on it. That's his manager.
Yeah.
So he was very angry. He wasn't going to do
He
the
had
show.
his walking stick with him.
Yeah. Because
In the studio.
He just wanted to show off his diamond. And then I'm standing next to... I'm sure I've told you this. I'm standing next to Joylene from Jimmy and the Boys.
Yes.
Who's the drag queen in the band.
Yes.
And Elton John looks over at us and I wave and he gets so excited and rushes up to me, I thought.
Yes.
Pushed me out of the way and kissed Joylene. So I love your outfit.
Yeah, have told me that
So
story.
is that meeting him? Does that count?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Not really. I rang his butler to speak to the dog.
Yeah.
You know that story.
Back to Elton John.
That is Elton John.
Oh, sorry.
Let's get away from Elton John. That's the problem.
Yeah.
We keep going back to him.
Yeah. That's unusual for us.
Yeah.
We don't usually discuss the artist we're discussing.
That's where the problem is
Very
with this
strange.
podcast. We need to mention their names
Yeah.
and then talk for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then eventually go, oh, yeah, they had a few records.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Elton John, I will tell you a couple of things about him.
Go ahead.
Yeah. He had a hair transplant.
Yeah.
Didn't take.
And the hair rejected him.
Didn't
The hair jumped off.
take.
No.
No. So
And
what did
jumped onto a Turkish guy's back.
So what did he do next?
Tell me.
$100,000 hair wig.
A merkin?
A hair.
A hair wig. Otherwise known, wait for it, a wig.
Or
Ever seen a non-hair wig?
toupee.
3-pay, actually.
No. No, because,
Afterpay.
you know, he had no hair 1 minute. Next minute, he's got a page boy. Right?
It's called a wig.
Which wasn't the wig.
This is not
No, he
unheard
had
of.
a page boy. He was at a wedding.
You go to court, you'll see wigs.
See what I did?
No.
He had a page boy.
Yeah.
He didn't nothing to do with his hair. He was at a wedding.
Right. Okay. So let's talk about something else to do with Elton.
It's a good joke.
You like that? What's your favourite Elton John album?
Elton John. It is. And then followed by Tumbleweed Connections. And that's it. I'm not really keen on the rest. I don't mind Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. But
You don't mind it.
I don't mind it.
Maybe
I can take it or leave it.
one of the top 10 albums ever made. An absolute masterpiece.
I'm exotic in my taste.
Are you?
Yeah.
Thank God people don't ring you when they go, I wonder if this album's any good. Let's send it to Ken. Yeah, I like it, but I don't love it.
Now,
Yes.
speaking of Fatso McGee,
Did I?
in 2 weeks,
Yeah.
I've got him coming in the studio.
Have you?
Now, will you be in town in 2 weeks?
I actually think I'm out of town in 2 weeks. Yes, I am. I'm doing the Multiple Personality Disorders Convention. Oh, it's going to take forever to fill out the name tags.
Are you sure you want to leave it in my hands?
What choice do I have?
No, you don't. The Fatso McGee special, I'm going to call
How
it.
are you getting him here?
Well, a few things have come up that you might be not aware
Oh,
of.
wait, I know what's happening. He's coming out for the Grand Prix.
He is coming out for the Grand Prix, but I'm actually putting him up at the house.
Really? For
Because-
auction?
Because
Yeah.
we just had the spare room done.
Yeah.
And money is, we started getting a bit of money for the podcast.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I bet you don't realise that right now, do you notice I'm not manning the board today?
I see that.
Because behind that glass window, which I just had put in,
Yes.
because we've got a sponsor now,
Yes.
is Elsie,
Elsie.
our new sound girl.
Oh.
She's 98.
Yeah, she's
Right.
not great with the sound.
I don't know how her ears are.
No, ears are bad.
Yeah, but she seems to be doing okay.
Yeah.
And also, guess what her last name is?
Tell me.
Shit Shoveler.
Elsie Shit Shoveler.
That's right.
When people were named after their trade.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes. Now, if you'd like to say hello to her, you can. Just go and ask her how she is.
Hello, Elsie. How
Get stuffed.
See, she told you. Ask her another thing.
Did you,
Ask her.
did you get her from Centrelink?
Yes, I did.
I thought you might have.
That's right.
That's where you go, you know.
Ask her something.
Elsie,
Yes. Ask her how we're recording.
how's the recording sounding?
Too soft.
Too soft. The music's
I
too
need to
soft.
turn her hearing aids up.
Okay. So she's in there from now on.
She's
You can,
hearing
have
aids positive.
you can have a chat to
Can
her.
we get back to Elton?
Oh.
I really don't want to talk to Elsie anymore. I would rather talk to you, and I've never said that. So it's a day of firsts.
All right. Okay.
Yep.
Now, so we've established my favourite album. What about you?
Yellow Brick Road, I very much like. I enjoyed Honky Chateau. Got some very good songs on it, Honky Chateau. Caribou, great album.
Tiny Dancer.
Tiny Dancer is on Madman Across the Water.
That's a good album, isn't it?
It starts well and ends well, but in the middle, shit.
Well, I hope Tiny Dancer starts or ends it.
Tiny Dancer, then Leave On,
Leave On.
right? But then there's shit for a long time, including Indian Sunset. It goes forever. It's a friggin' wank. But it ends with We All Fall in Love Sometimes and then Curtains. Beautiful songs.
Well,
Are you surprised how much I know about this dude?
I am, but you're a piano man.
Yeah.
As am I, but I only needed to know 5 of his songs, not all of them. You like,
I can play any Elton John song.
you can, yeah. Did you know that Elton John, at the peak of his alcoholism,
Yeah.
rang down when he was up at one of the hotels in America, rang down and said, "Could you please do something about the wind?"
The Wind.
The wind.
In what?
He wanted it stopped.
Had he had like nachos or something?
No, it wasn't his wind.
Oh.
The wind outside was keeping him awake.
Yeah.
So he rang downstairs and said, "Could you do something about the wind?"
I can empathise.
Can you?
Yeah, because it was obviously something wrong with the window. It was whistling or something like that. That's what he probably meant. He didn't want it to stop the wind. He's not an idiot.
He was pretty drunk. So I'm not sure that you're right there because I think he actually complained about everything.
Oh.
Yeah. He was a complainer.
You've got to be easy to get along with in this business.
He
It's
wasn't.
the only reason you can survive.
He was not easy to get along with. I
Okay.
bet. All right. So now, do you want to know any more about him?
What else you got?
Oh, shut up. Yeah. Elsie, you got to. She's having a ball out there.
I'm not sure about this, Elsie.
You love
I'm not sure about this new cast member. that's been thrust upon me like a haddock in an ocean.
She wants to go home now.
Good. Off you go, you tired old thing.
All right. Now, can you tell me any more about Elton John? What about you? Do you ever know anything about these artists?
Yeah, I know a lot about Elton John.
No, but something fun.
Something fun?
Yeah.
He was the unofficial English hopscotch champion.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, it's true.
Is it?
You can look that up. You Google that. Hey, Google.
I know what I want to ask you.
What?
What did you think about Rocket Man?
What do you
movie?
mean? Oh, I quite liked it, although I thought it was a little bit factually in error. Because, you know, when he's in the record company and they're saying, okay, we like that, so we like it, we don't love it. What else you got?
I know what
And he starts playing songs that he and Bernie didn't write for another 20 years.
That's right. Yeah.
So it's like either he's got an amazing imagination or he owns a time machine.
Well, he didn't have the money then.
Yeah.
But you're right. He goes, oh, have you got anything else? And he goes, well, I got this song. La, 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 la. And he does Crocodile Rock or something.
He does.
Ridiculous.
Which was, not
written.
correct.
Yeah.
And that was on Don't Shoot Me, wasn't it, Crocodile Rock?
Yeah, that was a great album. I love that.
Did you like
album.
it?
Too Hot for the Teacher.
I liked it.
Oh, no,
yeah.
that's Van Halen.
Yeah, Teacher, I Need You.
Don't Kiss the Teacher. I Want to Kiss the Teacher.
Yeah. Teacher, I Need You, I think it's called.
What is it?
I Want to Kiss the Bride is what you're talking about.
I love them both. I just put them together.
Yes, you did. Some of his later stuff, he went off the ball for a while. Single Man was an interesting album. He split with Bernie Taupin. And his first album after he split with Bernie Taupin was a thing called Blue Moves, which was a double album. And I bought it at the record shop in Prince's Bridge Railway Station. Do you remember how there used to be a railway station on the other side of Flinders Street? That was like a ramp that went down to the platforms that went out to the north part of. If you're not from Melbourne, we're just talking about. It's not there anymore. It's Fed Square now. But I remember buying it and opening it up, and for some reason smelling it.
Who wouldn't?
Well, I did, and I'll never forget the smell of a brand new double album that opened up, and it was incredible. And it was a beautiful blue color, and there was a song called Tonight, which was maybe the most beautiful song I'd heard in such a long time. Great orchestration. And I thought, words are great, music's great, see you later, Bernie, all over. And then they got back together again after that a little while later. But it was a good album.
I didn't like Elton John when he stopped using reverb.
Okay.
No, when he started using reverb. Because the early ones, very dry, great.
Yes.
Once he got into that big production, I didn't like it.
Well, that wasn't reverb. What happened was he bought a studio in a cave. And that had an enormous effect. Big mistake. Because for a start, bats. Bats are irritating. When you're trying to record, fucking bat, hit me in the head. Well, we'll have to go again, Elton. But that was my best one. Dude, you got battered. We can't have batness on the track. We need bat-free music.
Well, see, I'm learning things now.
Yeah.
Yes,
great. Lots of things I can tell you.
Yeah.
And, you know, when he moved away from Bernie, yes, briefly. Well, it wasn't very long, but he moved away and they said, that's it, I'm through with you. And he did Blue Moves.
Yeah.
And he brought in some session musicians. Right. He brought in a new guitarist, but he kept Davey Johnson as well, who was his guitarist. He kept Nigel Olsen, who was a drummer. He kept Dean Murray, who was the bass player. Impressed, I know these names, right?
Yeah.
But guess who he brought in on Glockenspiel?
I'm only guessing, is his initials FMcG?
Yes. Yes, that's right. Frankie McMurphy.
Wow.
No, it was Fatso McGee. And you know why?
Why?
You know what he was there for?
Why?
Bat removal. He got the job as a bat remover.
Did he have a net?
He had two nets. One small net for the little bats and a large net for the big bats. And do you know where he learnt his bat removal skills?
Where?
At the fish market. In Tottenham. Of his dad.
Tiny.
No, his dad. No,
his dad.
His dad.
What's his dad's name?
His dad's name, right, was Steve McGee. Steve McGee. And that Steam McGee.
Steam McGee.
Named after the way he preferred to cook his fish, which made him very popular with the Chinese. You know what made him unpopular with the Chinese?
What?
His absolute hatred of Chinese.
That'll do it.
They hated him because he hated them. It was a mutual acquaintance. I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't love him. I don't like him. He used to say. And the Chinese would say, this guy, not so crazy about this guy, but good fish. So there was a sympathetic relationship at the markets. That was before Fatso got the arse. Thinno stayed, his brother, for a long time, and then he traded off Fatso's name. Oh, Elton's gone. My God.
I've never struggled with an artist so much.
Really? That's weird. I knew more than you.
I know. I got to research.
Okay. And now it's time for Mauries' Joke of the Week.
I was driving through America with me mate and we saw an injured skunk by the side of the road. And we stop and we get out and we pick up the skunk and I give it to him and he brings it into the car. And he said, look, it's shivering. What should I do? I said, put it between your legs to warm it up. He said, what about the smell? I said, hold its nose.
Oh. Ken's Amazing Fact Challenge. That's catchy.
You like it?
I do. I go around singing it these days. All right, ready? All right. Now, just before we go on, I just got to make one quick announcement, Marty.
Okay.
Last week, I said that Andy Warhol designed the Chuppa Chuppa. But what I meant to say was Salvador Dali designed it. And so thank you for picking that up, little Sean O'Callaghan, who's a good friend to the podcast. He also has a great Facebook page, if you're interested, called Just Talking Entertainment with Sean O'Callaghan. So thanks for picking up that fault and making me feel stupid. Facts number three is about Hollywood this week.
Go for it.
3 facts, you get the one that's wrong. Pick the one that's wrong. Normally, you have to pay. Fact number 1. You ready?
Yes. God.
It's not easy.
Get on with it.
Normally, you have to pay for your star of the Walk of Fame in Hollywood.
What do you mean?
If you want a star in the Walk of Fame,
Yeah.
you have to pay $30,000 for it.
Doesn't surprise me.
Unless
Yes.
you have the number 1 movie of the week.
The week.
Or at the time.
At the time.
At the time. All right?
Okay.
That's number 1.
Got it.
Number 2, in 1920, the Hollywood sign was lit by thousands of light bulbs, and the guy who changed the burnt ones lived in a little cabin near the sign.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, this one's a bit longer, but it's worth it. Harry Chandler, a real estate agent, was wondering what to call his new estate when a Chinese man in a wagon carrying wood came along. The man got out of the wagon and bowed. The Chinese man was asked what he was doing, and he said, I Hollywood, meaning hauling wood. And that's how they got the name Hollywood.
No, it's not true. Third one's not true.
Which one is not true then?
Third one, the Chinese wood hauling dickhead.
Oh, I just heard you say that. Okay, guess what,
What?
Fieldsy?
What?
You're wrong.
No, you're wrong.
No, you're wrong.
No, you're wrong.
The one that's wrong is you have to pay $30,000 unless you have number 1. You still have to pay $30,000.
I do?
Yep,
I do.
you do. Anyone
sucks.
Well, if you want to.
I hate this podcast.
Yeah. Number 2, the Hollywood sign was lit by a man who lived near the.
He was known as Bob Boy.
And number 3, there was a Chinese man. That's how they got the name. Why Hollywood?
It was called Hollywoodland originally.
That doesn't really.
Well, it actually was, but anyway, go on.
All right. So there you go.
You spent a lot of time there?
Hollywood.
Yeah.
I haven't been to America. Do you know that?
Well, I do now.
I've been many places, but not
Yeah.
America.
Okay. Well, I have been to there a lot
Have you?
and lived there, and yes, it was called Hollywoodland. Get on with it. Next. What are we doing next? What's up
I'm going to
next?
go back to the show now.
Oh, that damn show. All right.
And we're back. We just looked at Elton John, ladies and gentlemen.
Similar to Song for Guy, but keep going with the lessons. You know what you need to do? Get someone who teaches piano, because these karate lessons are not helping.
That was our first half on Elton John.
I know.
Plus, we heard some amusing jokes. One from your father.
Amusing. Thank you, BBC.
Yes.
Yes.
And we heard a great,
Ken's.
amazing fact challenge,
yes.
which is really good. And people love that.
No.
They just can't get enough.
They quiver
I'm
with
thinking about-
anticipation.
I'm doing my own solo Ken's Amazing Fact challenge podcast. 1 hour full of it.
Goodness me.
It'd be full of it.
It's what it'll be. All right.
Now, when I say to you, what cost 34 million, yet took 100 million at the box office?
My daughter.
No.
No?
You're thinking of Jojo Rabbit.
That's what I'm thinking of.
That's right.
As opposed to Jojo Zep.
No, not Jojo Zep. He
No.
never took anything.
No.
Oh,
What about Jojo the dog-faced boy?
we talked about him last week.
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know him. My
What did he
parents
take?
knew him. What did he take?
Yeah.
2 ashtrays and a bike.
Wow. All right. Well, Jojo Rabbit is a fantastic new movie.
Yeah.
Going new. And it's a crazy story. Very, very,
That's unlike you, Ken.
well,
Last week we talked about a dude who was a centipede.
and the man who had the head like an eraser.
That was the week before, I think.
Yeah. Did we do the centipede? I'm going to, one
You
day.
did Freaks.
Would you like to do, we did too. Would you like to do the human centipede one week? It's really off.
I don't know if I could do the human centipede. Depends how many drinks I'd had.
Remember I told you about it? It's not nice.
No, I know. It's terrible.
Yeah. All right. We could do it. Now, what about when I say to you,
Yeah. Huh.
Taika Waititi?
Yes.
What do you think?
Well, I think about going to a strip club in Honolulu.
No.
And that's the Blue Plate Special.
No, you should be thinking about Thor,
Of course. Why shouldn't I?
because he directed Thor Ragnarok.
Did he?
Yep.
Taka Waititi.
Yeah. He's a Jewish New Zealand man.
Get out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Now, the reason why I mention him is because he directed Jojo Rabbit.
Yep.
He also wrote it,
Wrote it.
but
But
starred as Hitler in it.
he's in it too.
He's in it,
How busy he must have been.
and he's one of the best things in it.
Is that right?
It is incredible, this movie.
Okay.
All right.
You liked it?
I loved it. And
Oh, that's
Scarlett Johansson's in it.
Johansson.
You love her.
Say Johansson.
Johansson.
There you go.
What did I say?
Johannesson.
Should I
Troglodyte.
change the name? Also in one of my favourite movies of all time, probably the top 2, Lost in Translation.
That's one of your favourite movies.
It is.
A lot of things with you are lost in translation.
I like slow
Yes, you do.
movies.
Do you? You know what you would have liked?
What?
Out of Africa
Why?
is slow.
Oh, that's too fast. I
That's-
want slower than that.
you want slower than that?
Yeah.
All right. What about this one? Maple syrup in Iceland.
Now you're talking.
You like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's an experimental Swedish movie.
It's the tragic story of a small boy who goes to the store to buy maple syrup and spills it. And for the second half of the film, you see it dribble.
That's my sort of
You
movie.
like that film?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yoko Ono is my favourite
You like her?
filmmaker.
Okay.
You know, A Fly. You ever heard about the movie Fly?
The Fly?
Not The Fly.
Help me.
Yoko Ono's Fly.
Yoko
It's-
Ono's Fly.
It's an hour
Yes.
of a fly walking across John Lennon's bottom.
You see, and people complain about the Logies.
And never nominated.
No, not once.
Who knew?
It got big. No, go on. Yes.
Jojo Rabbit. Now, very small movie, made a lot of money because of its quality. It's so good. So, what it is Jojo.
Rabbit.
No, not Rabbit. Jojo.
Jojo.
He became. I'll explain the rabbit.
Was
bit later.
Jojo a man who thought he was a loner?
No, he wasn't. But
You know what he was?
what?
A bat.
No,
Bat.
No.
On Elton John's Blue Moves.
no, you got it completely wrong.
Okay.
Joe, I might. Do you want me to see if Elsie's still there?
No, Elsie is annoying. Elsie is getting fired. Elsie's going back to Centrelink.
No. Jojo.
You know, if you worked at Centrelink, that would be a shit job. Because if you quit, you just got to turn up the next day anyhow.
Jojo is a lonely German boy.
Yes. Sounds like the start of so many movies. Yes.
And what happens is, because he's so, what's the word for it? He's a bit of a nerd, right? Not
Yes.
liked, not well liked. His best friend is a little fat fella.
Called?
He calls himself Fatty in the movie.
That's unusual.
Yeah.
Most fat people don't often refer to themselves as fatty.
Yes.
It's
What would you call-
unusual.
what would you call me?
You? Ken.
No, if you had to refer to something of my body.
Nosy.
I was hoping for Big Dick.
Were you?
Yes.
Yeah, we all are.
When we get
So
Tony Katz in
you're
next
very
week,
crass.
when we get Tony Katz in next
Yes.
week, I'm going to tell you. He will tell you how I got the name Cactus.
Okay. I look forward to that.
All right, back to
You know
Jojo.
what that's going to be? A page turner.
That's right.
It'll be a page turner.
All right.
That story.
Yeah.
That'll keep me riveted.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, Jojo's it because he's.
Okay. See what you've
It's
done
really
there?
hard
I
not to
know.
say it. Jojo Rabbit,
Yeah.
and at this stage, not Jojo Rabbit, just Jojo.
What? He's
To get
not a
through-
rabbit at this stage.
No, to get
Does he
through-
become a rabbit?
No, he doesn't. But there's a rabbit involved. By the way, if you haven't seen this movie, spoiler alert, because I'm going to reveal
Okay.
the movie.
And by the way, if you're like me and don't know what the hell Ken's talking about, you're not alone.
Well,
We
then-
need to go to a support group tonight and sit down and shake our heads and go, the hell was that?
Well, then you could go and see the movie because I'm going to not really shed any light on it.
Okay, go.
All right. Jojo,
Rabbit.
to make
Not
up
rabbit.
for his loneliness,
Yeah.
he has an imaginary friend.
Cool. Who is a rabbit?
Hitler.
You don't see that a lot.
No, because he's in the German youth, you see.
Mussolini, I could see,
No, Hitler.
because the food would be amazing.
Yeah, no. Hitler.
German food's not so
Hitler.
good. Hitler's his imaginary friend.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to join the next level of the German youth because he feels he's not strong
Is he
enough.
German?
Yes,
When is it set?
in 19. It's right at the end of the war, so that'd be 1938. Would that be correct? 45.
He shakes
44.
his head. Yes. Well, the
44.
war ended in 45.
So all right, 44. 1944. I think November.
You think November, do you?
Is that all right?
No.
All right. So what happens
That
is
was the first World War. Always remember. Yeah, anyway.
the imaginary friend, Hitler, says to him, no, you could do this. You can do
9,
it."
he said.
No, he didn't say 9. He said yes. Yes, you can
Jawohl.
do it. Yeah. Is that what yes is it?
Jawohl.
It's a lot of words for one word, isn't it? Jawohl. Yes.
It's one word.
Use yes.
Hello is one word. Jawohl is one word.
Is it? I
Yeah.
think you'll find it's 2.
No, you're thinking of syllables. But good on you for having a crack.
All right.
Yes.
So, Hitler says, go do it. Go.
You should have studied English. Actually, I don't know why people study English, because people speak English here. You should not go to school. Just go out and hang out and learn English from people who speak English.
Right.
Because everyone speaks English,
Yeah.
except you.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
It's my second language.
Yes. What's your first language?
So, back to Jojo.
Yeah.
So he says to him, go and do apply for the camp, the German,
The Mein Kampf?
no, not that one, the German youth,
Yep.
and you'll be right because, I've instilled this strength in you.
He has empowered him.
Yeah.
Okay. With what?
With spirit.
So he said to him, don't be stupid, be a smarty, go and join the Nazi party.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly right. And so what happens is he goes to the camp and he's doing very badly as he's fatso. Not fatso, fatty.
Okay.
His little mate. And then they start mocking him, these other German youths.
They're mocking him.
Yeah, mocking him.
Germans are good mockers.
Yeah. And the top German youth, he says, if you're so tough, kill this rabbit.
Why does he think he needs to be tough?
Because at some stage they push him around and he goes, I'm tougher than you think, because he's got Hitler as a friend, you see.
Not really.
Not really, but in his head. So
Is
then,
Hitler still alive at this point?
yes,
But Hitler doesn't know that he's this kid's imaginary friend.
no.
The real Hitler.
The real,
But do we see Hitler in the
we
film?
don't see anything of real Hitler.
But do we see imaginary Hitler?
I always see imaginary Hitler all the time.
And so there's two separate people. Real Hitler
Yeah.
and imaginary Hitler.
Yeah.
We see imaginary Hitler. We don't see real Hitler.
That's right. Imaginary Hitler, played
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
Takanai Waititi.
You know who auditioned for that, though.
I don't even want to know.
It's true. Fatso McGee auditioned for it. You know what they said to him?
What?
You're not German. He said, I could be.
Yes.
They said, that's true. We haven't seen your birth certificate. but your mustache is above your eye. It's not right. Thank you. We'll let you know. You know what they didn't do?
Let him know.
That's exactly what happened. He waits by the phone a lot, Fatso.
So,
Yeah.
Imaginary Hitler played by Taki Waititi.
Taki Wakatiti.
Yeah. Real Hitler played by Adolf Hitler. All right?
The original and the best.
The original. So let's keep them separate.
Do we ever see the real Hitler?
No, we don't see him.
So it doesn't matter who played him?
No, not
It
really.
could have been played by Serena Williams, for
could
all
have.
we cares.
Could have been.
Okay.
We don't see him.
Okay.
Next, they say, all right, you're so tough, kill this rabbit.
Okay.
Kill this rabbit.
You're missing a dog.
Oh, he's under here.
Okay, good.
Kill this rabbit.
Kill this rabbit.
Yeah,
What did
and-
the rabbit do?
The rabbit didn't do anything. It's
Well,
just
why do they want to kill the rabbit?
Because they're bloody Nazis.
Nazis don't kill rabbits.
Well, they do.
They kill Jews. Was the rabbit Jewish?
Maybe the rabbit was Jewish.
You don't
might
know.
be onto something there.
Is it circumcised?
Yeah.
That's a tip-off.
That's-
Literally.
Who'd circumcise a rabbit?
Literally a tip-off.
that's very good.
You see what, sorry, I can slow down if it helps.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Now, so he won't do it. He won't kill the rabbit.
I wouldn't either.
No. So the German youth snaps the rabbit's head,
Son of a bitch.
throws it at Jojo.
I hate that German youth.
Yeah, yeah. And
Are we meant to?
yeah, hate him.
Does bad things happen to him?
Later.
Good. Tell me what happens later.
So from then on, they call him Jojo Rabbit. Jojo Rabbit. Jojo, all the time.
Who did?
The other youths. Not Fatty.
Not Fatty. What did he call him?
Jojo.
Not a rich.
He just left off one word.
Not a big rich.
So then,
Yeah.
the story goes on and on.
I love how you do that. Blah, blah, blah for 2 hours.
A few things
and then-
happened.
Yeah, a few things happened.
But
you
the
know.
most important thing happens
Yes.
is that Jojo, who by now is a bit of a Nazi, little
Bit
fella,
of a Nazi.
bit of a little
How
fella.
can you be a bit of a Nazi?
Well, he used to be a bit more nice, and now he's become a bit more,
Yeah.
pro-Hitler.
We'll fight him on the beaches sort of
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Pro-Hitler.
Pro-Hitler,
Well, he
because
likes Hitler.
he's his
an
friend.
imaginary friend.
That's right.
Okay.
So he finds out, he hears some noise. He hears some noise from the cupboard.
Yeah.
He goes and has a look. Guess what's in the cupboard?
A jar of Nutella
A Jewish girl
in the cupboard.
in the. Well, it's not so much a cupboard up. It's not where you go and get the pickles. It's not a high cupboard. It's a low cupboard. In
Right.
fact,
That eliminates the stool. Because the problem getting in a high, trust me, I know this because I've hidden from people in my time.
yes,
When you get in a high cupboard using a stool,
yeah,
your stool is still there.
that's right.
You get it? So you got to get out of the cupboard to move the
First
stool.
thing they'd look would be
Yeah, so it's a catch-22 because what happens is, right, you get the stool to get up into the cupboard, then when you're in the cupboard you can't move the stool.
No.
So you get out of the cupboard to move the stool, but when you move the stool you
not in
can't
the
get back in the
cupboard.
frigging cupboard.
That's right. You're not in the cupboard.
No. So I would have automatically looked low.
Now I just
Or,
realised
here's a master plan. Put a stool there, but get in the low cupboard.
that's a good trick.
That's what she should
Throw
have
'em
done.
off, throw 'em
Because they're
off.
like, I don't see him up there. Oh, I'm bemused. And
Let's get in.
befuddled.
What about the bottom cupboard? There's a stool in the way.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Exactly.
Unfortunately,
I would have been amazing at
unfortunately,
hiding people.
I've thrown you askew there.
and
by-
Frank.
Well, I've thrown you askew because she's not in a cupboard.
She's not in the cupboard. You just told me she was in a cupboard.
Well, I just realised.
She's not.
No, she's in a false panel
Ah, a hidden secret panel.
under the stairs.
Really?
Nothing to do with a cupboard.
You know there's a movie called The People Under the Stairs? You should do that movie.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it Jewish people?
No. I don't know what they were, but they were under the stairs. And I saw it at the drive-in.
It's not the sort of movie.
I went to the Oakley drive-in.
Yes.
And my number one memory?
Yes.
Forgetting I had the speaker on my window. Do you know how to get a window for a Chrysler Centura? Just asking.
Remember when we used to fly a lot, you and I, in the older days, and we used to think we were smart because we took the headphones home.
They don't fit anything.
They don't fit anyone.
Nothing.
Who's got a plane at home?
Exactly.
That's right. Now they make them with the smaller jack, and I've got about 10 pair there. So if you ever need headphones.
Good man. Remember me biting my tongue?
Yeah.
I put my tooth through my entire tongue
Yeah.
eating breakfast on the Gold Coast.
I do.
I put a hole through my tongue.
I remember that.
That was bad.
Yeah.
And I sent you a text a day later with a picture of my tongue, and all it said was, sore tongue. And you said that was about the funniest thing you'd
It
ever
was.
seen.
It was one of the funniest things.
Hurt so
The other
much.
funniest thing that happened on the plane to me when I was with you. We were sitting together. We'd been to I think, Hobart Casino playing, not drinking.
No.
Well, there was a bit of drinking involved.
Nothing wrong with drinking and playing.
Because the next day...
You know what they call that? Plinking.
Because the next day, we were very hungover on the plane. And you wanted to play, and all I wanted to do was go to sleep.
Yeah.
And you were...
You're great fun to tour with.
You go, look at this paper. Look, it's really funny. Read this. And no, Marty, let me go to sleep. So I go to sleep.
You're a joy to tour with.
And I feel a little tickle.
Yeah.
A little tickle in my ear. And when I look up, there you are with a straw in my ear. And I say to you, please stop doing that. I'm trying to sleep. Well, of course you wouldn't.
No.
So you kept tickling me with the straw in my ear.
because you're boring.
So luckily there was a spare seat right on the other side of the aisle.
Yeah.
So I said, well, screw you.
Yeah.
And off I went. I'm sorry about the language.
Mortally
I
wounded.
went over there,
Yeah.
and I sat as far away from you as I could, and I proceeded to fall back to sleep.
Yes.
Well, the next thing I hear is the plane laughing, all the people on the plane laughing, and then what do I feel in my ear? A tickle from a straw. What you've done, because you're so bored, is made the longest straw in history by putting all the straws together, and everyone's watching you as no, not quite long enough. Put some more. And I'm asleep. And then across from the aisle, you get the tickle in the ear on my... And everyone's laughing at me.
You can't teach that.
No.
Mind you, there's not a lot to laugh at in Jetstar. Jetstar is an airline of disappointment.
Yes.
They are running late. Or, you know, if Jetstar was the airline they hijacked to smash into the Twin Towers,
Yeah.
nothing would have happened. 3 days later, the replacement bus would have hit the bottom floor.
Is it too soon for that?
Is it? I don't know. It's 20 years. God, get over it.
Well, we've digressed again. Now, Jojo...
Jojo was a man who thought he was alone.
now,
Yes.
What happened? What were we up to?
We're up to he's become a Nazi.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he finds a Jewish girl. So he wants to put her into the SS. He wants,
SS?
Oh, yeah.
The Commodore.
No, he don't want to put her into a Commodore. He wants to put her in the
Secret Service.
Secret Service.
That's not what it stood for.
What is it?
SS? It stood for something in German.
Is it?
Yeah. Scary shit.
That'd do it. Scary sheep police. So,
They wore black uniforms. Easy to keep clean.
yeah. Nazis
wear them-
had great uniforms.
Did they?
They had...
They really, yeah, that's true. Their livery was glorious.
Yeah.
Great uniforms.
Yeah.
You know, in Italy, the better the dress the cop, the lower their rank. Like the parking guys or the guys who direct traffic look amazing.
Top hat.
Yep. The serious cats with the guns and the bullets and the mafia killers, they wear shorts and T-shirts. So the worse dressed you are in the police, the better your rank.
So this would have been to throw off the criminals so that they could be undercover almost.
I think they just didn't give a shit.
Wouldn't they figure it out by now?
I don't know. Italy's a strange
Let's get
place.
the guy in the
Full
top
of
hat.
Italians.
Yeah,
That's what happens when you don't stop your immigration early.
You were mugged.
I was.
Oh, you've already told that story on another podcast, so I shall not celebrate it.
No. On Life and Crimes. But I was mugged twice, but I didn't talk about the other one. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Go on. Back to Jojo. So
Yeah.
he's found a Jewish girl.
And she begs him, don't tell the SS, because if you do,
Yeah.
they will kill your mother as well as you.
Why?
Because for harbouring
But he's not harbouring. No harbouring.
she's harbouring the mother. So he'll be...
His mother is.
Yeah, his mother put the Jew in the...
Oh, where did she find the Jewish girl? It's not something you trip over in the gutter.
She was a teacher, school teacher, and one of the...
Ah,
And
so
when-
one of her
when they
kids was a
started-
4B2 and said, I'll come and hide you in my cupboard, in my
Because
secret panel,
a lot of
under
the-
the stairs.
Yeah.
As long as you don't mind the creaking.
That's
Because that creaking can get annoying. You know, trying to sleep. Stop creaking, you'd yell out. And people say, I'm just going to the bathroom.
Who was that? Oh, no one.
Yeah, nothing here. Who spoke from under the stairs? A bat. Goodbye, yellow brick road. Anyway,
All right. So he agrees. He agrees. All right. I won't.
because he's a good Joe.
He's a good Joe. That's right. And then the Nazis, like in particular
Nazi, yes.
Hitler. He tells them, "Oh, the Jews are terrible people. That they'll eat you. They'll eat you."
That's not true.
No.
A lot of Jews were pescatarian.
That's right. They only eat the fish.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he guards a secret. Can't do up his own shoelaces is the recurring theme throughout
Why?
the movie because he just can't figure it
I
out.
struggle with that.
Bit sad, yeah. And Velcro wasn't invented, so...
You know how I got
Trouble.
around it? Slip-ons.
Well, I don't know. Did Germans have slip-ons? This is the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Probably not.
No, they were. German shoes are quite good.
Are they?
Yeah, because they're close to Italy. And Italy's shoes are good.
Well, Italy is a shoe.
It's a boot.
See, I know about maps.
Yeah, look at you.
I've been doing my...
Oh, Vasco da Gama over here.
All right.
Absolutely. Yes.
So she buys him some new shoes. If I remember correctly, this could be wrong. Anyway, but he does notice...
Let's just blanket that over everything. Yeah.
See, he does notice his mother's got some beautiful shoes on.
Who?
Jojo's mother.
Jojo notices his mother's wearing good shoes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beautiful shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're having fun and everything. And he's starting to like the Jewish girl now. He's starting to like her.
Is she pretty?
She is quite pretty.
For a Jew.
She says...
You can't say that.
She says
Is she
she's
pretty
got
for a girl?
Yes. She says she's got a boyfriend.
My first girlfriend was Jewish.
Was Jewish.
Yeah. I met her in America when I was over there. When I was like 14.
I went out with a Jewish girl too.
Did you?
Yeah.
How'd it go?
It was all right until...
Until?
I've got family. I don't really get into the bedroom details, but
No.
there was a little problem there.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened? Was she a dude?
No, she didn't like the...
She didn't like the.
No.
She didn't like the.
No.
What's the?
We don't do that.
Really?
Yeah.
How come there are Jews?
Well, they don't eat meat.
Ken is doing all sorts of miming sexual activities on the other side of the microphone. We just needed to take a small break while I hurl my entire week's food into this bucket that I bring just in case.
So, now...
Back to the Jewish girl that
like I
he's
said,
kind of starting to like.
He's starting to like her.
That they don't do that.
She has a boyfriend.
She already has a boyfriend.
Well, she says she does.
Is he Jewish?
Not in the cupboard. No, he's apparently fighting the war. So
What?
She's very sad
Oh.
because he's in the resistance. She's very sad because she can't communicate with him. So the little boy wrote.
She should text him.
They didn't have phones then. So she
Damn,
wrote
stupid Jews.
she
Yeah.
wrote a little. The boy writes notes to her on behalf of the boyfriend. Nice thing to do.
Does he make it up?
He does, and she can
So
tell.
it's not really from the boyfriend.
No, it's written.
It's from Jojo.
It's written in crayon for a start,
Yeah.
so she kind of gets it.
Exactly.
But she thinks, what a lovely thing.
And you know what else? And the stationery. Where does he live, by the way?
Munich.
Yeah. The stationery says Munich Hotel.
Yes, that's right. Yes. So he goes out in the street one day,
Yes.
and there's about 6 Jews hung. They're hanging. Right.
That's terrible.
He's only a little fella,
Who is?
Jojo,
Yeah.
and he looks up and he sees his mother's shoes. Now, this up until this moment, it's
Are they hung because they stole his mother's shoes?
no, it's his mother.
I thought that's where we were going.
Yeah. So up until now, it's been quite comical, but then all very,
They
very
hung his mother.
bad turn.
That's terrible.
So yeah. So then, look, to make a long story short.
You're not very good at that.
No.
You know what you're good at? Making a short story long.
Yes. So anyhow, what happens is the Americans come and save the day, and you know that's the end of the movie. But it is a great movie. I might have left a bit out.
So he's... Oh, my God. So the movie ends
Yeah.
with his mother being hung.
Yeah.
There's still a Jewish girl living under his stairs. She's got a boyfriend, so she's no good to him anyway.
Right.
And he's saved from we don't know what by the Americans who
Yeah.
arrive. Now, what happened to Hitler?
Oh, good question.
Thanks,
Is
Ken.
Hitler's saying it's fake Hitler?
Fake Hitler.
We're talking about fake Hitler?
Also known as Fatler.
Yes. He keeps telling Jojo off because he's starting to realise that whatever Jojo thinks,
Yeah.
Hitler thinks. So he starts to realise that Jojo likes the Jew under the stairs.
Yeah.
He starts saying, "Oh, you must get rid of her. Kill her, kill her, kill her. Go." Guess what he does to Hitler? Pushed him out the window.
He pushes Hitler out the window.
Or, metaphorically, out of his brain.
Oh, that's hard.
And then, as they come out of the house,
Yeah.
he goes back to get the girl.
Right.
Because she's still on the stairs. She doesn't know
Right.
the war's finished.
She
He
doesn't-
goes and gets her, and they do a waltz. And that's how the movie ends. It's a lovely movie.
In 3/4.
In 3/4.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. You could waltz 6'8", maybe.
Maybe you
Bit
could.
of a quick step.
Yep. A hootenanny.
Yeah. Now, this would have to be a first for us because we've actually beaten
Yeah.
the ending of the show. We've got about 3 minutes to talk before the music comes on.
Okay.
So, what would you like to talk about?
Who played Jojo?
What?
You don't know, do you?
No, I could look.
Was
it
it? How old was Jojo?
up. About 10?
Why am I associating Fat Amy with this movie? You know, the girl.
She is in it, and I hate her. I don't hate many people, but I hate her.
You don't like her?
No.
Okay.
She's just made a career out of being a bogan slob.
What's her name again?
Rebel Wilson.
That's right. I must say, everything I've ever seen her in, she has been exactly the same character.
Exactly.
Like Sean Connery.
Yes.
You know, in Sean Connery, they said, we want you to be a Russian submarine. Okay, I think I can master that accent.
Everyone else is Russian.
Comrade!
Everyone else is Russian. He's going, Hootman!
Not even close.
Would you like some strudels? What would you like for dinner? I think I'll have haggis. It's played by...
I've got to tell you, strudel,
I know, I went the wrong way.
not so much. Maybe borscht.
Borscht. The Borscht Belt. Roman Griffith Davis plays Jojo, by the way.
Good.
Excellent. Really good.
So you enjoyed the film?
Oh, it's fantastic. Sam Rockwell's in it, one of my favourite actors.
Did you see it at the movies?
Yes.
Did you buy snacks?
I only buy... I don't like to buy snacks because I feel that you're giving too much money when you go to see a movie.
You're encouraging those prices.
It doesn't... That's right. It doesn't go to the movie maker.
I bring my own food.
I do too.
And they threw me out for bringing my own food.
Why?
Well, they said, sir, you can't bring your own food. And I said, your prices are ridiculous. Plus, I haven't had a barbecue in years.
Yeah. So I was going to say, I brought my own ice cream. Much better.
Appreciate it.
So I buy a choc top.
Choc top.
Always blueberry.
Boo-boo?
Boysenberry. Boysenberry.
Say it.
Boysenberry.
Not boysenberry?
Boysenberry.
Yes.
And that's it. I will never buy popcorn.
Boysenberry.
Never.
No? What about popcorn?
No, I just said I won't buy popcorn.
You don't like popcorn?
I don't mind it, but I'm not going to pay.
I think popcorn is overrated.
Yeah.
It gets stuck in your gizzards.
Bad for your teeth.
Not great. And bad for your diverticulitis.
Yes, which we both
Very
have.
bad.
We both have.
I didn't know you had that.
Yeah. Remember I rang you because I couldn't say it. Remember?
That doesn't really cut things down much.
Yeah. So I've got to
Say
watch
boysenberry.
Yeah. So I can't eat meat and I can't eat anything with
And
seeds.
you can't say heroin.
No. So
Meat's
far,
got nothing to do with diverticulitis.
No, I know, but you know how the meat thing is.
Yeah, I know the meat thing is.
That's the animal thing.
I love that. I love that you do that.
I'm surprised you eat meat.
Yeah, I'm an omnivore.
Well, whatever your religion is, but you used to be. Are you still the Lord Mayor of of dogs?
Lord Mayor of Dogs. Yes, I wear a hat. No, I'm patron of the Lost Dogs Home.
You still are?
Yeah, and I do a lot of work with Whisper overseas and Animals Asia. I sponsor 6 bears.
6 birds.
6 birds, yeah, right. Come back. No, 6 bears.
Bears?
We saved them from bear bile farms and they're now in
that's
sanctuaries, and
fantastic.
I pay for them to be fed and eaten and not eaten. But fed
for
and
them to be
eat.
eaten?
No, we don't. No, bad. Not eating. Don't eat the bears. Bad. All right, Ken. I have to go and put money in the meter.
Oh, we don't have meters. I'm very excited. Next week we've got a special guest. I'll give you a hint.
Really?
He could fit under.
Not little tiny cats.
You have to be this height of